What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experience with the brand new Nintendo Switch 2 and if you should even consider upgrading from the original Switch. And I'll be completely honest, when the Switch 2 originally got announced, I wasn't a huge fan of this thing at all. Because after waiting 8 years, I expected so much more from Nintendo, like an OLED display, a lot more hardware changes, a new UI for the actual console itself, just so much more. Because like, what could you actually expect after 8 years? Like, you can only envision so much, but I feel like after getting my hands on this console itself, I was completely wrong. So let's talk about it. First up, let's talk about what's changed with the brand new Switch 2. A slightly bigger 8-inch display on the brand new Switch 2 compared to the 6.2-inch display on the original Switch. My biggest beef with the display itself was that it wasn't gonna have OLED, but honestly, this thing looks so good, and the camera won't even do justice on it. You really have to try this thing in person, because now you're gonna be getting a full 1080p HDR display with up to 120 Hz refresh rate. The screen honestly gets super bright, and comparing it to the OLED display on the original Switch, honestly, you really can't find a difference. You're also going to be getting 4K when you dock this thing to your TV, which the games just look so beautiful on it now. Games even run smoother on the Switch 2 now. There's a noticeable difference from the original Switch, which honestly, I didn't think was going to be a huge deal, but it does make a big difference. Another concern of mine was the actual Joy-Cons on the new Switch 2. I didn't think they were gonna be that sturdy, but these things help. If you haven't seen Jerry Riggs' video of him trying to tear this thing apart, it holds up a pretty good fight, so you guys should go check that out. Really, it's just so satisfying, kind of just taking this thing on and off from the actual Joy-Con itself. Like, it's so sick. Like, it feels seamless, and just like the whole kind of like rail system, this feels so much better. And another thing, I didn't think I was going to be using this as much. Honestly, I really only gave myself a week and I was going to just maybe forget about it, but I really do love playing on this thing. And like I mentioned with some of the performance upgrades, we now have DLSS enabled on this Switch too. So AAA games like Cyberpunk and Hitman and Madden are gonna run so good, and they have ran super good. Like, I've been testing Cyberpunk on here and it looks so good and it runs super smooth. I have no complaints. I think the new Mario Kart World is phenomenal. It's incredibly competitive. It's actually really difficult to get first place because now you have 24 players in a lobby, which it can get so crazy. I bet you've seen just videos online. It's so toxic. But there's definitely room for improvement on this console. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think the battery life can definitely be improved. I really only get about 2 to 3 hours max on this thing with like full brightness and playing like Cyberpunk. I think the game chat feature is cool, but I haven't really used it as much, so I don't know if, I don't know. I don't think the whole chat button was maybe such a huge kind of like selling point on the new Switch 2. I don't know. I'm just honestly, I'm not buying it, to be honest. But this thing honestly feels great. And like I said originally, you really have to try this thing in person to really understand what I'm talking about, because showing you this on camera really won't do it justice. You're just gonna think it's like another Switch, but no, trust me, like, this thing is huge. This thing is sick. Like, you actually have to try it out in person. But when it comes to like other handheld consoles on the market, like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go, I feel like I can't really put this in comparison to those, because those are actually running completely different operating systems. But I've honestly seen reports that like Cyberpunk runs way better on this than it does the Steam Deck. So like, there's a lot of like trade-offs with some of these. Should you buy this thing in 2025? Should you even consider upgrading from your original Switch to this? I'll be honest, 100%. I think for anybody who loves the Switch, who's a huge fan of Nintendo in general, and are looking to get a new console, I would recommend upgrading 100%. And right now, these things are really difficult to come by, I'll be honest. And a lot of people are taking advantage of reselling them, but if you have the funds right now and you're willing to upgrade and you actually are able to find one right now, I would 100% recommend that you go and pick this thing up, because it's great. The games are going to be coming out like Donkey Kong Bonanza, the new Madden, the new Pokemon games. It's gonna be a great time. There's a lot of cool games coming out. But yeah, let me know down below, what do you guys think about the Switch 2, and if you would even consider picking this up in 2025. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.